Alright, so here I'm in round two. So I looked at my deck between rounds, and so I think, while my pool isn't very good, I don't think, it's pretty clear I had some room for improvement for my deck. And so I think I made a couple mistakes. So one of the mistakes was underestimating my ability to play green in this deck. Green. I chose white because it gave me access to the 5/1/1 token generator and arrow trap volley. But beyond that, the Conqueror's Pledge is easily replaced by Bestial Menace in green, and I also underestimated my ability to splash, to be more greedy with splashes. I have a ton of dual lands, and I think, oh, where's my opponent? I think that maybe the better plan here is to get more greedy, play green, which gives me access to another bomb in the pump spell. What was it called? So here's sort of what I laid out as a new deck. Strength of Tajaru. So here's my decks that I think I'm going to go with after sideboarding. So basically, I'm trying to I'm maxing out on allies. I have a lot of allies, and a lot of them grow. Even though like Freeblade is a splash here, I think I have enough allies that grow that it's runnable here. And I think I just want taking a look at my fixing, I have a colonnade, I have 2 Jwar Isle Refuge. I also have the refuge, that the Grey Pelt Refuge, that I sort of ignored during deck building, as well as the expedition map to fetch any one of these duels on top of a Kalani Gem. So I think the better plan here is to get greedy. I max out on allies. I now have access to Hunter. So I'm playing Hunter and Excavator off color. No, sorry, Hunter is on color. Excavator, Freeblade, and Join the Ranks off color. But I think the splashes are not that rough on the mana base. I'm going to sacrifice Quicksand. I can't run Quicksand in a 4-color deck. But between the duels and the expedition map and the gem, I think I can support them, even though they're not the most exciting splashes. There really aren't very many better options, I don't think, for splashes. And they sort of, I think they're going to maximize the power of my deck at the cost of consistency. But I don't think my deck was good enough beforehand. So yeah, so now I have the Menace. I have more creatures to take advantage of Monument. It's 13 creatures plus Menace plus Join the Ranks. So more creatures to take advantage of Monument. I can play my very strong pump spell in Strength of Tajaru. And yeah, so in sideboarding, I'm going to give this a try. I'm also splashing the Skyfisher and the Banisher. Skyfisher because, well, I mean, 2/3 Flyer is something this deck is missing. Flyers in general is something the deck is missing, and also it goes well with the allies. And Banisher is just a card that is, of the splashable blue cards, it's probably the most powerful. And yeah, I could not splash blue at all, but the blue splash comes basically for free here. Yeah, so I'm going to do it for that reason. I'm going to splash blue. Between these 3 lands and the gem, the blue splash is basically free. So yeah, so let's see if my opponent's around yet. Nope. Well, maybe I get a free win. Yeah, let's go back to the deck list for a minute. A free win would be welcome with this deck. Yeah, another option was Figment, but I think for splashing, I prefer the Banisher because it can deal with a Zendikar and it can also help recover from a slow start. I don't have that many reliable early drops because, well, Skyfisher isn't so great on turn 2 anyway, unless you had a 1-drop, which I do have a number of, but I can't really expect to get Skyfisher early in the game because white is a splash. And same thing with Freeblade. Brigand isn't a blocker early in the game. So basically it's River Boa. This Excavator is also a splash. And on turn 3 all I have is a Creeper, which is good on turn 3 to hold the fort. But my deck is relatively slow, so Banisher might help out. I don't have options here for a deck that isn't slow, I don't think. I'm really low on 2-drops that are reasonable. I think I made a mistake, by the way, last round of cutting the Threader. Not because the Threader was good against him, but because I was low on early drops. And maybe another chump blocker or something to potentially trade with something would have been good. It wouldn't have helped me win game 2 because everything was a 3-3. But I think that was a mistake. Yeah, I also like this build is maybe I should have seen it during deck building. I guess maybe had I talked less, I might have had more time to notice it. But I'm not going to blame it on. I'm not going to blame it on that. I think this was not an obvious build, but I do think it is better than what I'm running now. I'm gonna maybe sit here and wait. Oh, he's back. Okay, perfect. And well, perfect that he's back, but not perfect in my hand. So yeah, so game 1 I'm not running that deck. I've got to mulligan this because I don't have very much action here unless I draw triple planes. And if I draw triple planes right away, then I'm probably way behind already. Although I would probably win between Pledge and Monument. But let's not hope for 3 planes in a row. I will mulligan. Okay, well, I'm not going to mulligan to 5. I have my colors. I have Quicksand for later on in Figment. So I'm going to need to draw something. Okay, well, that can help me stave him off, a removal spell. It also helps that he's slower out of the gates than my last round opponent. So I'm in the loser's bracket now, at least. And well, hopefully I get the chance to test out my sort of experiment with my sideboarded deck. Alright, so there's another removal spell. He's playing green, so Pitfall Trap is potentially good against him. And I get to start playing creatures next turn. So he fetched the plains, but played a forest because he has a Timbermaw. So the Timbermaw is going to have to go. I will trap that, Pitfall Trap that. I'll save my Tomb Hex for a flyer if he has one. So I'm not going to play a creature now. I mean, he's not going to hold back his Timbermaw, I don't think. Yeah. Quicksand also dealt with it. So maybe I could have played Quicksand and had him hold it back, but I'd rather just get rid of it. So maybe that'll be